This is the Kohler 1068622 flush valve kit. Now what this kit will include is of course the complete flush valve. Got your flapper here, the chain that'll come up and attach to that lever, and then the two little plastic ears which of course are on kind of attached to the flush valve. Just like little hooks, you'll bend the ears of the flapper, kind of fold them around and insert it. It'll also come with the gasket for the flush valve, and the way this will be installed, you just go to the bottom here. You can see these three triangular kind of feet here. You'll just take this gasket, just place it in between those feet. It'll take a little bit of effort, just stretch it around there. And then once it's stretched, it'll just slide right down in here. And just make sure it's not kind of hooked into those feet, because of course that'll provide a gap and it'll allow it to leak. Once it's under there, should make a good seal and you should be good to go. Now we'll get a couple dimensions of the gasket and the flush valve itself. So starting with a measurement on the base of the flapper, we're not going to measure from the feet, we're just going to try to get an outer diameter of kind of the ring or opening here at the bottom. So let's measure right about here, and then to the other end of the opening you can see that's going to measure right at about 3 and maybe 1/8 of an inch, but right just above 3 inches. And then we can also so the way to measure a flapper, what you're going to want to do is measure straight across the top. Now the 2-inch flappers, it's a little bit confusing. The 2-inch flappers will measure right at about 3 inches, whereas the 3-inch flappers are going to measure right just below 4 inches. So as you can see, this is a 3-inch flapper and it's measuring right just below 4 inches, right above 3 3/4 of an inch. Another thing we can measure is just the tube or pipe here. Measure from the bottom of it all the way to the top of that flanged portion there. That's going to measure right just above 6.5 inches. And then the last measurement will be this gasket. Get an outer and inner diameter. Now, with the older ones, the dimensions can change because it has been stretched around that bottom of the flush valve, and of course being compressed a little bit. But with the outer diameter, it's going to measure right at about 4 inches. And then inner diameter, it's going to measure right at 2.5 inches. And once again, this is the Kohler 1068622 flush valve kit.